In today's lunch break, we've got a paleo-friendly Thanksgiving side dish that will please everyone at the table. Health coach and cookbook author Erica Schlick joins us with a Brussels sprout salad, except there's a couple of surprises in there, aren't there, Erica?
There are a couple of surprises, and this is going to be one of your favorite Thanksgiving sides. Ever since I made this recipe, I have been eating this on repeat. So I want to share it with you today so it can join your Thanksgiving table as well. And so what we've got here is I'm going to show you how to make the dressing first. But basically what we're going to be doing is we've got a little bit of olive oil here, and I've got the juice of Meyer lemons here. And I use Meyer lemons because it's a little bit sweeter, but it still has that nice tart and tangy flavor to it. And I'm going to use a lot of fresh herbs here. So we're going to be using some fresh tarragon, and this is such a fall flavor. It gives it kind of a licoricey taste. And then we've got some fresh rosemary, which of course is very holiday. I've got some freshly chopped shallots, a little bit of my Meyer lemon zest here, and of course a little bit of sea salt. And that's it. We're going to whisk this together, and it might look like a lot of dressing when you see it here, but the Brussels sprouts are really, really absorbent, and the lemon starts to break them down a little bit. So it's actually the perfect amount of dressing once you dress everything together.
Well, especially when you think about all the healthy ingredients in there with all the herbs and the citrus, and I just feel like, hey, bring it on.
It's so fresh, and it's so easy to make your own dressings. There's no reason to reach for those store-bought ones when you can put this together so quickly. And then now we've got our salad over here. So I've got our Brussels sprouts, and I've gone ahead and shaved these already, but I'm going to talk about a few ways that you can do this. You can either buy them already shaved and save yourself some time, or you can use your food processor, which is the easiest way to do it. Or if you want to get a little extra workout in before the holidays, you can use a knife, and you can do it by hand if you really, really want to do that. So
I have a quick question for you, Erica. If you're using the food processor, do you cut off the bottoms before you do it?
I do.
Okay.
Trim them first, and then I put them in whole, and I pulse it until I get to, you want it to be kind of, thin, kind of shade-like here, not too thick. You might end up with some thicker pieces, but you want to keep it pretty even so that the dressing coats it evenly.
Perfect, okay.
And then, so we've got our Brussels sprouts, and I've got one apple that I've gone ahead and diced here. I've thinly sliced it and then chopped it in half again. And I put a little bit of fresh lemon juice on that just to keep it from browning, especially if you're gonna make the salad ahead of time. And I've got some pecans here, and that just gives it such a great fall flavor. And of course some cranberries, because you can't do fall without cranberries. And those are dried cranberries, and that's it. We're just gonna go ahead and mix this together. I personally like to use a fork because that way it lets the Brussels sprouts kind of go through the thin parts of the fork and gets that really mixed in really, really well. And that's it, that's our salad. So now we're gonna go ahead and put our dressing on. And this is what's really, really gonna tie it together. And I usually just kind of pour it all over. It's gonna look like a lot of liquid going in there, but I promise it's gonna get soaked in with those Brussels sprouts in no time.
So how early do you pour the dressing on before you're gonna serve that?
I would do it no more than an hour before, because you don't want it to get too wilty, but at the same time you do want it to get absorbed. So I've made this salad and haven't been able to eat it all, and I put it in the fridge and I eat it a couple hours later and it's still good, but you want to keep it as fresh as possible for your holidays. So I would do it no more than an hour before. And I usually make the dressing in a jar and I keep it separate and then just mix it all together when you're ready to go. So
nice tip.
And yeah. That is it. Our salad comes together so easy. I want to go ahead and show that to you. All those beautiful fall colors. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good with those herbs. But that's it. Such a simple salad, delicious, healthy, and these flavor combos, you're going to be eating this on repeat as well.
So I know you talk about healthy, Erica, a lot, and your cookbook is a collection of recipes that really helped you personally heal, and that's part of the reason why you compiled them.
Absolutely, yeah. I try to eat a very anti-inflammatory diet. When you eat foods that are whole ingredients, whole foods, you use a lot of fresh herbs, you use good healthy fats. It's delicious. You don't need to add a lot of seasoning, a lot of flavoring. And when you really use good ingredients, the flavor of the food comes through, and it can be healing, it can be delicious, and you don't even miss eating bad food anymore.
I think that's the interesting thing, because a lot of people are on, fad diets. It's like no carbs or you just eat this. But really, if you try to focus on that anti-inflammatory, it does help you be healthier overall and lose some weight.
Absolutely, and you're going to feel better. Your brain's going to work better. You're going to have more energy. Your joints aren't going to feel as stiff. And just all around, I think when you really start to notice how much better you feel with the food that you're eating, you don't even miss eating some of those other things that used to cause some symptoms for you.
Right. Well, wonderful. That's a great recipe. You could probably add some protein to it if you wanted to add some chicken or fish there.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Erica.
Yeah, thank you.
You can visit thetrailtohealth.com for more paleo-friendly recipes and anti-inflammatory recipes. And you can check out Erica's social media sites at Trail to Health. We'll post the recipe that we made today, the Brussels sprout salad with apples and cranberries, at WGN-TV.com/midday.